Brittany and I got a babysitter for our daughter's summer, so we're finally going diving together again. Right away, she pointed out this knife that she saw, and it seemed like a pretty cool tool. You could even open it up to make scissors. It looked like there was a buoy right nearby that it may have been attached to, so I reattached it, and then I found this snorkel holder, and Britt was begging me to do a photo shoot. She says nobody else can take photos of her like I can. What can I say? I'm the best. Then we saw our friend Haley, and Brittany touched the butt.
He touched the butt.
Next, I went deep in this cave and found this little shell, and I thought I found another one, but it was nothing. I showed it to Britt, and she was like, wow, this shell is so beautiful. Then I found this weird thing, and I thought that it was trash, but it felt very squishy and slimy, so maybe it's organic. Next, I found what was definitely a piece of a black trash bag. Brittany's a little rusty on her bubble rings, but she's gonna try her best to get a good one so that we can get a photo. Okay, Britt, you finally got a good one. As I got ready to take the photo, I realized it was starting to break up, and then Brittany blew another ring and it did not go well. Come on, Brittany, you're better than this. Finally, she blew one that formed perfectly, and then she got greedy and tried to blow another one. Jeez, Britt, you suck at blowing today. Today I saw this spotted boxfish, and then I grabbed this pipe cleaner and a bracelet, another pipe cleaner. Gosh, these things are crusty. I turned around to, whoa, sorry, Mr. Turtle. Only 3 things? Normally I find so many. I tried to go back down, but this random dude was floating right behind me. Excuse me, sir, I'm trying to pick up trash in the ocean here. When I went back down, it was to grab this fishing line, and I knew that this could be so dangerous for the turtles that swim around here. I reeled it in, and luckily it wasn't caught up on anything, and it's actually pretty rare for me to find fishing line at this spot, but I'm glad I was able to pick it all up. While I was out diving today, I saw the strangest formation at the bottom of the ocean. I went down for a closer look and saw this weird zigzag pattern running through the sand. What could this possibly be? It kept zigzagging on and on for so long. I finally traced it to the end. I finally realized it was an eel. I don't know what type of eel it is exactly, but according to my research, it's a freckled snake eel. I thought maybe it was a garden eel, but they look completely different. Anyways, as I approached him, he started to scoot back into his underground cave, and I didn't think that he'd be able to do this, but I watched the cave collapse as he backed up. He was able to go like 5 feet backwards extremely quickly. I was amazed by the hole that he dug, and also that it maintained its structure after he swam through it. While I was out exploring the bottom of the ocean today, I found this crab shell that had spots on it. Pretty cool. Then I saw Brittany down there tugging on something, and I was like, Britt, if you want to tug on something, I got it for you right here. Then she was like, no, you freak. There's a fishing line down here that's stuck in the sand. So I went down and tried yanking it myself, and I was pulling as hard as I could, and I could not pull out. I've only had trouble pulling out one time ever, so I was amazed by this. Finally, I ended up ripping it off, and it sucks to leave some of the trash behind, but the greater issue was that something was sticking up before and an animal could have got caught in it. So I'm glad we were able to make a difference in the ocean today. While I was out in the middle of the ocean with my baby mama Brittany, we saw a group of large figures approaching us from the distance, splashing about. Britt dove down to see what was coming, and it was a pod of dolphins that came right up to us. They must have been so curious about what we were doing in the middle of the ocean. Luckily, I had my camera with me, and I showed Britt the results of this amazing interaction, and she couldn't believe it. She was so stoked. Remember that if you're ever approached by wildlife in the ocean, to sit completely still and don't chase after it once it leaves you. Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye.